Assalamu alaikum and welcome to everyone watching this game, the second game tonight here at the DHA Phase 6 GIC ground, and Sukran Chopra will be bowling to Mubashir Bhatti, already having conceded 5 wides. Another wide and another sloppy work from the wicketkeeper behind the stumps. Should have stopped that. So 10 runs conceded without having bowled a delivery by the Hurricanes. Twice he's bowled 5 wides. So clearly struggling with his line and length there, Sukran Chopra, even though some decent pace behind the ball. I'm sure when he gets it right, he will definitely test Mubashir Bhatti. Continuing to Mubashir Bhatti, and that has been elegantly played towards the covers. Good fielding by the fielder. So it's almost as if there's been a home run hit on the first delivery. Sukran Chopra will bowl to Haris Habib, and that is a brilliant delivery coming back into the batsman and defensively played by Haris towards long off, where Hassan Naqvi fielding for his team. Sukran Chopra continuing to Bashir Hassan Bhatti, and a beautiful shot through the covers for 4. This is a very expensive first over from Sukran Chopra. I think he's trying to bowl too full on this wicket, trying to hit the pads of the batsman, but these two batsmen definitely look for anything towards their pads, and they can work it around for boundaries against the new hard ball. Another fifer from Sukran Chopra, and he's just struggling to keep the ball into the stumps here. Another 5 wides. So 25 for no loss in the first over. Probably the most expensive first over bowled in this Premier League so far. So probably, yes, it is the most experienced first over in the Premier League. 25 for no loss. It's going to be Ghulam Haider bowling the second over for the Hurricanes. A good first delivery, bowling within the stumps, defensively played by Haris. The Knight Riders have already gotten a very good start and don't need to do anything fancy from here, I believe. Just play the ball on its merit. They've already got 26 on the board, and we've only started the second over here. Bowling from around the wicket and magnificently placed through the point region by Bhatti for a boundary. So 30 for no loss. So we've already have that was a good delivery. The first delivery of the right sort of a length that should be bowled on this wicket, I feel. If he consistently keeps hitting that length, he will definitely be able to get a wicket or two here. A good throw from the deep point region straight into the wicket keeper's hands. So Ghulam Haider will be bowling to Haris Habib. Has a good delivery, a little bit outside off. Haris wanted to drive that through the covers or maybe through the point region, but couldn't get the connection. So there will be a bowling change here, and after the very expensive first over from Sukran Chopra, I think it's going to be Hassan Naqvi to replace him. So 31 for no loss, Knight Riders after 2 overs. In the meanwhile, the Gladiators are 78 for 4 and definitely struggling a little bit against the Vikings, who are definitely the team to beat in this tournament so far. Hassan Naqvi will be bowling to Mubashir Hassan Bhatti, and a good delivery coming in from outside off, played towards the long off area, only for a 1. A good first delivery to be bowling to someone like Mubashir Hassan Bhatti, who likes a bit of room. And that has been finely played by Haris Habib, just working it through the gully area for 4. That's what Haris Habib will look to do here, use the pace and capitalize on anything that is in his area of strength. So Hassan Naqvi will be bowling to Mubashir Bhatti. Has a good delivery, pulled his length back there, and Bhatti was definitely expecting a fuller delivery maybe. Couldn't find the connection there. Knight Riders are 37 for none, and we're only just into the 3rd over here. Another good delivery to Mubashir Bhatti, and being sent back by Haris. But he definitely wanted to rotate the strike there. So Ghulam Haider will be continuing from the GIC pavilion end. Naqvi just having finished his over by just conceding 6 runs. Has a good first delivery to Haris Habib, coming in slightly off the seam, defensively played towards the covers. After the very expensive first over, Two relatively tighter overs bowled, and that's a good delivery. There was an appeal as well, but the umpire thought that might be going down the leg side. Obviously, keeping in mind that he's bowling from around the wicket. Another good delivery, and Bhatti could only work it through the covers for a one. And that's good shot from Haris Habib. Fielded on the boundary. Timed it quite well towards the deep point region, but it was well fielded for just a one, which will bring Bhatti back on strike. Another good delivery, trying to cramp him for some room, but he works it nicely through the mid-wicket area and will come back for the second. It's 42 for no loss after four overs. And Hassan Naqvi will continue. So a good delivery to Haris Habib from Hassan Naqvi. Could have actually had a go at the non-striker's end there, but didn't go for the ball that aggressively, Hassan Naqvi. Not as animated as he usually is, Hassan Naqvi. A little bit subdued with his body language. And a beautifully placed through the slips by Mubashir Hasan Bhatti. Went for a wild slash there, probably trying to play it through the covers, but in the process got a thick edge. So Hassan Naqvi will definitely look to keep things tight after that boundary conceded. Another good delivery to Mubashir Hasan Bhatti, and he will still sneak a one. He's bowling well. Other than the boundary that he conceded, he's kept things relatively tight. So Hassan Naqvi will continue to Haris Habib. A very good delivery, and all Haris could do was play it tentatively towards long off for a one. Hurricanes will definitely need a few wickets here if they want to make a game out of this. Otherwise, we might just be seeing a team chasing a very big total here. Not the sort of timing Mubashir Hasan Bhatti would have wanted on that shot, but nevertheless, the ball just fell in no man's land there, and Bhatti will still be on strike when the next over arrives. So it's 50 for no loss after 5 overs, and the Knight Riders are keeping up with a run rate of 10. There will be a bowling change, and Bilal Ishtaq has been brought into the attack. More than a decent batsman. Let's see how he does with the ball. Has been smashed through the covers by Mubashir Hasan Bhatti. What a way to greet a bowler. Just stand and deliver. He is rock solid when he's playing that shot, and you might have just made out from the sound of the bat where the ball would have ended. That was a good delivery, good follow-up delivery, almost a Yorker length, and all Bhatti could do was just dig the pitch on that occasion. Couldn't find the connection there. Bilal Ishtaq pulling to Mubashir Hasan Bhatti, trying to target his pads there, and has been worked away for a one. Bilal Ishtaq will be bowling to Haris Habib, and the keeper probably did get a hand on it, so in the process won't concede a boundary there. Could have been 4 leg byes. So Bilal Ishtaq has only conceded 5 so far in this over, and he concedes a boundary of the final delivery. A beautiful shot by Haris Habib through the covers. So the Knight Riders keeping up with the run rate of 10 here, and I think if they continue like this, then definitely we might just see the biggest score of the tournament. Knight Riders is probably looking like the only team who can challenge the Vikings, who have been the top team so far, and they still have the Gladiators in a lot of trouble at the Green Acres as we speak. A reasonably decent start from Sukran Chopra this time around in comparison to his first over. Sukran will be bowling to Haris Habib. A good delivery, but that has been beautifully placed by Haris off his toes. And the boundaries keep on coming thick and fast. The Hurricanes fielders just look down and out, not communicating a lot. Not a lot of noises being made by the fielders that they usually do in order to pick up their teammates when the chips are down. He will be continuing to Haris Habib. Better delivery, defended nicely by Haris. Sukran will be continuing to Mubashir Bhatti. A good delivery. When I asked the Knight Riders captain, Mr. Uzair Dar, of what kind of a score they would want on the board, I think he still thought that they were bowling first, and he said that they will try to get them out cheaply. But by the approach of the batsmen here, it is pretty obvious that they will look to get 200 plus on this wicket. Looks like a pretty good wicket to bat on, and all of the batsmen that did get the score in the previous games, we did manage to have a chat with them, namely Zakaria and Talha Zulfikar. Both got runs on the board for their teams, and they said it is a more than decent track to bat on. So the Knight Riders still keeping up with the run rate, and there will be a change in bowling. Sukran Chopra has been very expensive, 33 runs of his first 2 overs. Couldn't get his line length right. Maybe some pressure coming in, or I don't know what it is, but seemed quite off color. And Syed Shahzeb Ali has brought himself into the attack here. Let's see how Haris Habib will be playing Shahzeb. And that is a loose delivery to start off with, and it deserved to be put away like that, and Haris did exactly the same, just smashing it through the square leg area for 4. And he follows it up with a wide. Definitely some pressure on him already after having conceded that boundary. And that will be signalled wide. The line belongs to the umpire, and asking Sukran Chopra to move to his left, as he wants his fielder to be a little bit fine there. But again, beautifully worked by Haris Habib through the fine leg area, and he prefers playing that short against the spinners when the spinners are actually trying to put some pace behind the deliveries. Haris is a good sweeper of the ball, and he cuts the ball well as well. Very good square of the wicket on either sides of the cricket field. He's gotten away with one there. Shahzeb is trying to sneak through with his deliveries now. He's already conceded 10 of the 4 deliveries that he has bowled. There's a loopy full toss, and has been worked through the covers beautifully by Haris Habib. Another boundary. So it's 83 for no loss after 8 overs. And there is still a lot of batting to be to come for the Night Riders. Uzair Dar, the captain himself, is in some blistering form. And there is Murad Shahid, another batsman who was just so sure about the runs that he gets. So Sukran Chopra will continue, and he bowls to Mubashir Bhatti, who is looking very comfortable on the crease, along with his partner Haris Habib. They both are sharing the workload quite nicely, both dispatching the ball to all parts of the ground. That's a good shot by Haris Habib, and should have Hassan Naqvi gone for the catch there. Probably preferred stopping the boundary for his side. So Sukran Chopra will be continuing to Mubashir Bhatti. Good delivery, tucking him up, thumped into his pads. A single will bring Haris Habib to the strike. Things looking pretty one-sided here actually, and we would definitely need to see some wickets if you're a Hurricanes fan. That is a beautiful shot from Haris. He just worked it over the square leg boundary for a well-timed six. One of the shots that he plays so beautifully. So it's 92 for none, and Mr. Uzair Dar could even make some changes in the batting lineup now, I feel, but totally depends on him. Sukran Chopra will be coming from around the wicket now to Haris Habib. A good delivery, well played into the cover, but well fielded as well. Played it a little bit too square to what he would have preferred, but nevertheless very good over for the Night Riders. Mubashir Bhatti is on 47 of 24 deliveries, and Haris Habib is on 43 from 23 deliveries. So both will definitely be back in the pavilion very soon, even if they don't get out. So Shahzeb will continue. And there's a good shot from Haris Habib, and nearly pulled off a great save there, Hassan Naqvi, using his foot, but couldn't stop the boundary. Another delivery with a lot of flight behind it, and has been beautifully played by Haris Habib. And these two just refuse to stop sending the ball to the boundary. Haris Habib has completed his half century. And we're only just in the 10th over, and the Knight Riders already have 101 runs on the board. So things looking more than comfortable for the Knight Riders. We have Murad Shahid coming in. So Shahzeb he will be bowling to Mubashir Hassan Bhatti after having given away a single to Murad Shahid. Bhatti plays it towards the covers as well and takes a single. Pretty close to his half century as well, after Haris Habib already having completed his and gone back to the pavilion, being replaced by Murad Shahid. It's a good flighted delivery to Murad, and Shahzeb should have gotten to it and taken his chance, but probably chose not to. So it's 104 for no loss after 10 overs, and they will probably be bringing on their star man Ali Rahil into the attack. Maybe he is someone who will give his team a breakthrough here. Definitely somebody who knows the format well and who knows both of these batsmen well as well. Knows their areas of strength, and will definitely would look to get a wicket or two for his team, which is obviously in dire need of some breakthroughs. Ali Rahil will be bowling to Murad Shahid. A good flighty delivery, the first one. Murad Shahid digs it out towards the covers for a single, and Bhatti is only 2 runs away from his half century. As a good delivery to Mubashir Bhatti, who sensibly just plays it away for a 1. He will definitely look to complete his 50 here and give an opportunity to his in-form captain to come onto the crease, Mr. Ruzair Dar. We will definitely be looking forward to seeing him play tonight, because he definitely played some beautiful shots. So Ali Rahil is bowling well here actually in the context of the game, where the others have given away a lot of runs. Again a good delivery to Murad Shahid, but will it be fielded on the boundary? Yes, that has been kept down to just 1. Ali Rahil will definitely need the support of his fielders here as well. And in the previous game, the fielding was relatively a lot better from the games that have taken place here. Both teams fielded well, other than one or two fielding lapses, but moreover, they held on to most of the catches. So Mubashir Bhatti cleverly just takes a single there and completes his half century as well. So Uzair Dar will be coming on to bat, and he will be replacing Mubashir Bhatti. So a very well played innings by Mubashir Bhatti, and before that it was Haris Habib who smashed it to all parts of the ground. Very pleasing on the eye when Haris Habib plays like this. So we'll have to see how Mr. Uzair Dar proceeds with things here. He's lately been coming on to bat at number 4. Started off as an opener. I would still prefer him as an opener in my team, but he's just seems to be more comfortable playing in the middle order now. There's a neatly played cut shot by Murad Shahid. Mustafa Javed has come on to bowl. And these two have been just rotating the strike so far. Mustafa Javed has kept things tight, hasn't conceded a boundary yet. Uzair Dar will definitely look to continue with the momentum and keep up with the run rate that his openers have given to his team. They are still moving forward at 9.5 runs per over, which has come down from 10.5 and at 11 at one stage as well. So let's see if Ali Rahil and Mustafa Javed can keep things tight for a few more overs. Ali Rahil will be bowling to Uzair Dar. And a good delivery to start off his over. Pushed it through, probably from the front of the hand. Another good delivery going away from Uzair Dar, who's looking for the turn, but he isn't getting any from Ali Rahil. This time Zardar gets the connection, and will he get the boundary there? Yes, he does, and should have been stopped. Ali Rahil will definitely need the support from his fielders, and I think the only way of inducing a wicket here is by applying lots of pressure, trying to keep a lid on the scoring rate. And Ali Rahil is more than capable of getting a breakthrough for his team, provided that he gets the required support from the fielders. Good delivery towards the pads and neatly worked away by Uzair Dar, but only for a one. And Ali Rahil bowling to Murad Shahid, and he's somehow placed it towards the point region and wanted to play it through the covers probably, but couldn't find the connection there. He'll still get two for it. Good running by Uzair Dar, who is usually not the quickest between the wickets. So 120 without loss after 13 overs, the Knight Riders. And a thick edge from Uzair Dar. Mustafa Javed trying to bowl a little bit quick outside off. And Uzair Dar gets the much needed connection there. Knight Riders moving forward on their merry way, and this time he gets through. That will be the first wicket for the Hurricanes. So the dismissal of Uzair Dar has brought Abdullah Awek onto the crease. Uzair Dar could only make 12 runs of the 9 deliveries that he faced. Knight Riders have lost their first wicket. Abdullah will definitely would want some time on the crease, and that was a good delivery and should have been a stumping chance actually, but the wicket keeper couldn't collect it as cleanly as he would have wanted. Some decent bowling here by Mustafa Javed, who is keeping things tight for his team. He's already gotten a wicket of Uzair Dar. I don't know if the Hurricanes know this, but they wouldn't want Mustafa. So good effort, still a single, stopping a boundary there. The Hurricanes wouldn't want Abdullah Faz on the wicket for too long, because he's someone that who can bring in the impetus into the innings and up the ante. He's someone who can change games with those big hits of his. So So a good delivery from Ali Rahil to Murad Shahid. These two are definitely keeping things tight for the Hurricanes. The run rate has come down to 8.87. It's a big shot attempted from Murad Shahid, but he's been unable to put the spinners away. Both him and Uzair Dar have been struggling a little bit, to be honest, against the spinners. Uzair did get a boundary of a thick edge. Through the slip region, and has been delicately played towards the deep third man. Ali Rahil continuing to Murad Shahid. And there's a lofted drive towards the covers, well fielded by Mustafa Javed. And only be one. That's a beautiful delivery to end the over. So Ali Rahil has gotten through his 3 overs by only conceding 14 runs. Still hasn't gotten a wicket for his team, but doing more than a decent job considering the start the Knight Riders had. Will Murad Shahid find the much needed boundary? That is beautifully fielded by Sukran Chopra. Only be a single. And that's been beautifully played through the covers by Abdullah Faiz, getting his first boundary. The Knight Riders will definitely would want to have at least 190 or even more on this wicket. Another good shot, but well fielded by Sukran Chopra on the boundary. There's a big shot from Raj Shahid, finally getting a much needed maximum for his team. The score moves on to 141 for 1, and we're in the 16th over. That has been cleverly bowled by Mustafa Javed. Took the ball away from Murad as he saw him coming down the wicket. And he's gotten a wicket, a much needed one. He's gotten through the defenses of Murad Shahid there. A good reward for the effort that he had been putting in. Ali Rahil, he had been bowling beautifully, not giving anything away, just sticking to his lines and lengths. Finally he gets the reward for it. Knight Riders, from the start that they had, they will quickly need to get someone to start clearing the boundary for them. Otherwise this is looking like another 180 to 190 run inning, which has been happening at this venue for most of the games that we have seen. Another wicket for Ali Rahil. Beautifully bowled. Hard, but just going after him, trying to slog him out of the ground, and not understanding the fact that Ali Rahil has put in so much of effort tonight. It will be difficult to put him away unless you play yourself in and realize what lines and lengths are being bowled, and what is the area that you could target on the field, because that was certainly one area that you definitely cannot hit Ali Rahil towards that easy. He's been keeping it tight. That has brought Ali Kashif onto the wicket, and he will be facing Ali Rahil, who is on a hat trick here. It was Ali Rahil's day with the bat in the previous game, but this time he's come up with the ball. A good delivery, work towards the long off boundary for a one. Beautifully bowled once again by Ali Rahil. He's definitely been very difficult to put away. Let's see if he can finish his spell off with a wicket. He's already taken 2 wickets and conceded 16 runs. A beautiful delivery to finish off his spell. What a magnificent effort from Ali Rahil, giving away just 16 runs in his 4 overs. Has he brought his team back into this match? Only time will tell. Hurricanes definitely have the batting to chase anything around 170 to 180. That has been beautifully played by Abdullah Faz. Ghulam Haider has been bowling well but concedes the boundary of the first delivery that he bowls to Abdullah Faz. Abdullah Faz gently works it through the slips for a much needed boundary. And he's taken a wicket. Abdullah Faz is gone, and one thing that the Knight Riders can fall back on is definitely the fact that they've got two batsmen waiting in the hut who already completed their 50 in Mubashir Bhatti and Haris Habib. So I think now that they would definitely want one of them to be back on the crease, because we've only left with something around 3 overs now. They still haven't run away with the game. Only managed to make 148 runs. A good delivery from Ghulam Haider. And Waleed has managed to cut that away through the point area for 4. It's one of the very good emerging picks that the Knight Riders have at their disposal. Somebody who can bat and somebody who can bowl with good pace. A very important player for his team, CNC. Definitely one among the emerging players to watch. Another good shot from Waleed as we smash through the covers for a beautiful 6. Definitely showing his worth, Waleed Akbar. So it's 158 for 4 after 18 overs. They will definitely look to add another 20-25 runs, the Knight Riders, if not more. There's a good shot from Ali Kashif. That will be another boundary. So the boundaries have started to come thick and fast for the Knight Riders. The Hurricanes bowlers had put a lid on the scoring for the good part of the last 4 overs, 3 to 4 overs, but the process has started again from the previous over. bit of a mix-up there, but sent back by Waleed Akbar. Again playing it through the covers for just a one on that occasion. Has been brilliantly bowled by Mustafa Javed. Not giving anything away. Looks like a decent cricketer, Mustafa Javed. He's bowled intelligently, being a spinner, coming over and bowling at the death, and showing some great skills. So it's 166 for 4 after 19 overs. And some may not realize it, but Hurricanes very much in this game if they get finish the innings off with a decent last over. It's going to be Hassan Naqvi for the final over. He will definitely look to bowl wicket to wicket here. A brilliant delivery to start off the over. Waleed will quickly have to realize the fact that Hassan Naqvi is someone who can generate some real good pace and not give anything away in the final few overs. That's a good shot towards the covers. They still got batsmen waiting in the hut, so they would want both of these to run as many runs they possibly can, so that even if there is a run out, they always have the chance of any of those batsmen coming back in and trying to go for a home run. Hassan Ali Naqvi will be continuing to Ali Kashif. Does not get the connection there. So there will be a run out here, and I think it's going to be either Mubashir Bhatti or Haris Habib coming in. It will be Haris Habib. But still a decent cameo by Waleed there. 13 of 7. A beautifully worked boundary through the deep point area and a huge 6 over the covers. Definitely showing that he is capable of clearing the boundary at will and doing well with the ball when the Knight Riders come out to bowl as well. Another good delivery from Hassan and well fielded on the boundary. Fielder will definitely keep it to 1. So the final delivery of the inning, and the Knight Riders still haven't breached the 170 mark. A home run will definitely help them get over 180. But Hassan Ali Naqvi is an experienced campaigner, and let's see what he does here. A very good last delivery, but that has been put through the covers for four. So that boundary does take the Knight Riders to 173 for the loss of 5 wickets. Probably 20-25 runs short here from the start that they had, but brilliantly done by the Hurricanes bowlers, especially Ali Raheel and Mustafa Javed doing well. Hassan Ali Naqvi finishing it off with a brilliant last over. So I think the Hurricanes should definitely think that they're in this game. So we will definitely see you on the other side of the innings break. So do stay with us, and we will be bringing you some more action.
Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back. Giving my fellow commentator Hamza Kamal a break. I am in the commentary room with a much needed break. He's been here with the live pitch reports and tosses and God knows whatever. And I'm joined in by the young emerging talent, Momin Farooq, who got his debut game last night.
Assalamu alaikum everybody.
Very excited to be there yesterday. Murad Shahid bowling to Hassan Ali Naqvi. Big competition here. That's well left. Oh, I thought it would have been given a wide, but maybe just swung a bit too late. So it was a very good start by the Knight Riders. The first two, Bhatti Saab and Haris, got quick 50s, under 30 50s, which is always very handy if the opening pair gets going. But Ali Rahil, a magnificent spell, 4 overs, 2 for 16. Got things going for the. That's this time given wide. Murad is swinging it well, not being able to control it this time. Lots of pressure on Hassan Naqvi here, chasing a total of 175. So it's a very interesting matchup here. I think two righties, so Mubashir Hassan Bhatti will be given the ball at the other end. No ball there. And swinging it away again. Naqvi just staying in his crease, trying to slog it over mid-wicket. Not really reading the swing here. Naqvi should go with the swing towards the offside. There's a huge gap there, between the point and extra region. So it should utilize that. But this is a free hit, so I think Naqvi can just go crazy on this one. Outswingers on a good length so far. This one fuller, not needed. Will be an easy 6. 2 full from Murad Shahid on this occasion. He was doing well bowling those good length areas. But free hit, so he maybe just compensated for the line. Oh, Hurricanes off to a decent start. Good to see the no ball and the wide. This one bringing in 9 runs for the team. Again, 2 full. 2 full and flat, dispatched 6. Again, the line should be a little towards the good line area.
I think it looks like Hassan Naqvi means business today.
Well, Momin chair is on the way.
Should be interesting to see how Murad Shahid is going to plow his way back in this over. Nicely placed, down to third man. Nicely collected by Uzair Dar. One run to the scoreboard. The Hurricanes will be looking towards ending their losing streak, and fellow striker fans like us would also be looking forward to the Hurricanes breaking their losing streak tonight.
Joining Hassan Naqvi is Mr. Bilal. I'm sorry, but not much data is available on Mr. Bilal here. Rather a new team, new recruits, and he's about to face a veteran Mubashir Hassan Bhatti. It'll be a very, very interesting competition. Naqvi has to play wisely here. That's wisely played. That was a clear bat involved. Haris wasn't interested as well.
Neither was Bhatti.
Well, every bowler has to have a half-hearted appeal at least, because the want to take that wicket, Hassan Naqvi's wicket, that's a big thing for KR. If they can get him out early and cheaply. Well, I'm not sure about cheaply anymore because he scored 16, 17 the first over. Okay, looks solid. I think the advice has been given to see off Mubashir Hassan Bhatti, not take any additional risk, and it's a very good advice. He's very consistent with the new ball, drifts it in, and then breaks it away from the batsman. Close. Very, very tentative. I think you will agree with me. If sometimes you're extra tentative to a bowler and you forget about your natural game, it automatically leads to you losing your wicket.
I think it entirely depends on the bowler, but I agree to a certain extent.
Well, you're always extra tentative to a very good bowler. Otherwise, you're not extra tentative in the first place.
Or you can counter-attack the extra good bowler, and that can work in two ways. Sometimes it goes with you, sometimes it goes against you. Well played for one, down to long on.
Playing it with a straight bat, always safe. Just to update the viewers on the other end, Vikings are chasing 156 and they're 66 for 3 in 7.1 overs after, and the Braves are batting and they've lost 3 wickets. Asad Bhai is doing a good coverage there, and that's a very crucial Group B game as well for other teams to stay alive. Gladiators having won the first game with bonus, so strikers are rooting for Vikings here to top the table and to make room for them for a comeback.
Murad Shahid coming back with his second over. Let's see if he can make a good comeback. It's not really swinging that much, to be honest.
Now it isn't. He was swinging it quite a fair bit in the first 4 balls to Naqvi. But the balls used, of course, they get old quicker, and Naqvi smashing them way harder than he should have. To Murad Shahid in that first over, I think made sure that the swing was pretty much dead by the 3rd over.
Oh, that's out.
So Mr.
Edged.
Bilal's
Mr.
innings-
Bilal doesn't seem like he's hit it. Doesn't
He's not
feel
convinced.
He's not convinced himself. I heard
Well,
a sound.
LMS has excellent 3 cameras placed, so I think they can pretty much cover that edge and recheck that for Mr. Bilal if required. But I think the others seem very sure, and so does Naqvi, given the body language.
I heard the sound as
and
well.
we heard that here. So I think every batsman, I think they just do not want to leave that crease.
I think nobody wants to leave the crease.
Absolutely, unless you're playing that 30 of 30. Which I've done, plenty of times in my career. You just want to get out. Sometimes your opponents just don't let you. See, this puts extra pressure on Hassan Ali Naqvi when you're in a squad that is relatively young, and you're the experienced campaigner. So you're really expected to carry the team pretty much on your own. Community game. Very important match. मैं तो इसमें बोला
बोनस भी चाहिए हमें तो.
नहीं we just
बोनस नहीं चाहिए, जीत जाए बस. हाँ, इन ग्लैडिएटर्स के खिलाफ बोनस नहीं चाहिए.
Again, not much data is available on Mr. Mustafa, another newcomer. Outswinger, kept low, well kept by Haris. Now this one swung moment, didn't it?
This one did swing. And nicely taken by Haris as well. Haris seems like one of the better keepers in the LMS circuit.
Lots of keeping experience, I think, from his university days. I'm sure pretty much did it in school, college time as well. But he was a full-time keeper for LSC as well. So not really surprising.
Oh, nicely
That's a-
played.
Very well struck for a 4 there. And didn't try to overhit it, just placed it
Nicely
off his
flicked-
legs,
Nicely flicked off the pads. Bread and butter for a top order batsman, I honestly.
Well, it should be, yeah. And not much pace on offer as well,
It's interesting. I think on this particular wicket, I don't think pace is going to help you that much. Considering yesterday, when we saw one of the best bowlers in the LMS circuit, Offer, being hit around for fun by a new young up and coming player in Raja Hasnan. And even in the previous match, we saw that the Pacers were being hit around a bit.
But yeah, credit also goes to Raja Hasnan for hitting those shots out of the park effortlessly, to be honest. But yes, you're right, Afar is an amazing bowler, and he came back in the end as well with the cutters. But of course, I think moment pace always helps you, even if especially if the ground is keeping low. It just depends how you use that pace.
Also, I've just noticed that they're not using the same pitch as they were yesterday.
Well,
Kal right wali
I
thi.
think the traits of both the wickets are similar so far. It kept low yesterday as well. We saw how high scoring games. This was well on track to be a high scoring game, but until Ali Rahil pulled some really good magic out of his hat. Looks like a proper chap here.
Yes, definitely. Nice, solid, tight technique. Let's see if he has the temperament to face off Mubashir Hassan Bhatti. Quicker one, defended.
But they do have the luxury of time, they can just see off Mubashir Hassan Bhatti, and as soon as the swing goes off, you have bowlers that you can attack.
Oh,
That is
nicely
well
done
played.
for four. It's going all the way for 4 runs. The pressure on Mubashir Hassan Bhatti, who I'm not sure is used to getting hit for 4 at all.
I know it looks like it, but of course, I'm pretty sure in his career he's been hit for a decent amount of fours, if not too many. But of course, a legend in our circuit, a very very good bowler, very very experienced player. But yeah, well played, very calmly. This is, I think, the advantage of being a newcomer in the circuit. You don't really have to face the pressure of who you're facing.
I agree completely.
If he doesn't know who Mubashir Hassan Bhatti is, he's just a left arm off spinner coming at him and bowling at his legs.
Oh no,
Did it break?
badly played though.
Or was he expecting it to break?
No, unneeded shot. He could have dabbed that or driven that to the
Well,
offside.
there's a lot of reward to be offered if you just dab it towards the third man area. ZR not being the quickest of the lot,
Yes,
you
but
can
why
get
try
an
to
easy
scoop
two
it?
there.
But why try to scoop it?
Oh yeah, exactly. That was why I wondered. It was very very much on the cards to just dab it towards third man.
Okay, so the Knight Riders are going for pace on now, with Abdullah Faiz coming into the attack.
So we will check Moment's theory as well, if pace is needed on this wicket or not. Because Abdullah is as fast as they come,
And as eccentric as they come as well.
and that's Talabela, you're mixing it up.
No, Talabela is idiosyncratic.
But what a pleasure to see him when he's on song.
Yes, definitely. Abdullah Faiz loves his warm-ups. Running around the pitches.
Dr. Abdullah Faiz, please.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Recently graduated.
मेरी उंगली check करेगा?
Probably not. Not for free, I think. Hassan Naqvi and Abdullah Faiz. Abdullah Faiz took Umar Azam's key wicket last game. This time it's Naqvi. That is flat. Go. Should Mubashir Hassan Bhatti have gone for that? It's the biggest wicket on offer. But it was too flat and fast, I think.
Too flat and fast, and maybe if Mubashir Hassan Bhatti was in his younger days, he might have gone for the catch.
Maybe I think the time taken to assess was a little too much this time.
Either that or willingness to put the body on the line.
I think he'll do that, but he's a very very safe catcher, by the way. If that would have been like 5 meters towards him.
Nicely pushed for one
By Mustafa.
Mustafa.
We don't have his second name on the score sheet, so apologies for that. New talent brought to the Premier League circuit. Very very good ground moment, this one. Very centrally located as well. Good lights, good conditions. Outfield is very nice to slide and dive.
One of my favorite grounds to play in. Not necessarily my favorite grounds to bat in, to bowl in, because of the sheer smallness of the sides of the boundaries. but definitely one of the best grounds in Lahore.
Did you see how fast Naqvi struck that? That went flying to the, I don't know what to call this position. It's not really point, it's not really cover, it's somewhere in between those two.
Yeah, it's deep cover. I would call that a deep cover.
You can call that deep cover? Okay.
Yes.
Can't see who's feeling there. Maybe it's, I'm not sure.
Nicely dabbed for one
Maybe.
again. Oh, should
No,
be
it
four.
should be two at least.
Should be two.
Slightly longer part of the ground, this one. And this was just tapped. And Zedar was slightly closer to Zedar this time.
But he wasn't the one fielding anyway.
But you know, I think it's hard putt who's feeling there. Bashar Hassan Bhatti is on long off. Long on is Murad Shahid. We have
Mid wicket is Ali
Kashif, which leaves. I don't know who's it. Which leaves Waleed Akbar for square leg. Another good fast bowler. Ooh, that's going down leg side for sure. Abdullah Faiz very excited, but it was a good Yorker. Very, very
Good
fiery.
Yorker, just a hint of away movement. This is always difficult to play. Mustafa probably thought it was gonna go down his legs, and then he was gonna flick it to fine leg, but hit him right in the pads. Mubashir Hassan Bhatti coming in for his third over. Now, interesting. Would you want to use him up at the start of the innings?
Yeah,
Completely.
we want him. Well, I don't want him to, but you know, the KR would want him to get Naqvi out. Doesn't matter if he takes 4 overs. They just want Naqvi out of the game, and the game is as good as in their hands. So you want your best bowler to take Naqvi out as soon as possible. Otherwise, the game will be out of your hands in no time. And I do not think Gohar Hamid is playing tonight as well, which is a big blow really. I don't know the young ones, but I thought he was a very good all-rounder. He did not bowl. Making sure that the mid wicket is very close to long on. Gonna try something off the pads or something. Just try to get Naqvi going. Making room. Naqvi, lekin he's very smart. He does not want to take chances against Mubashir Hassan Bhatti. He knows he can capitalize on the bowlers coming after. And Mustafa looks solid. They need to take the game deeper. This one was well struck. Straight to Murad Shahid though.
Out कौन हुआ था? बिलाल बिन इश्तियाक?
वही होगा.
चीमा द ब्रांड के
नहीं मुश्किल लग रहा था. बॉलिंग कराई हुई थी. गौर भी नहीं खेल रहा.
गौर क्यों खेल रहा?
पता नहीं.
और ये ओनर खेल रहा?
चाहे हाँ खेल रहा.
ये तो जनरल काफी है उनकी टीम में. हुसैन संधू ये वो है जिसने आपको मारा.
वो फर्क.
ये लेफ्टी है.
नहीं कोई और नहीं. उस टीम का नहीं. Mubashir Hassan very tight, gets through through his third over very, very quickly without any much change to the scorecard. But I think it's all part of the Hurricanes' plans, really, not to tease Hassan Bhatti a lot. Let the game come to them. Take the game deeper and they can take it from there.
So Usman Ali, you're a very experienced bowler. How would you go about trying to get Hassan Naqvi out?
Well,
Other than throwing Mubashir Hassan Bhatti out in the dry.
well, I think change of pace on this wicket is the way to go, because he's not really troubled by that quick ball We saw even from Murad Shahid or I think Abdullah Faiz. The fact that the ball is staying low can be used to to lure Naqvi to play a cross shot, and then you change the pace of the delivery to maybe get a miss hit out of him or to just clean him up there.
So
that's the way.
entice him to hit you for six and
Yeah,
get him out
basically
of
bowl a
that
bad ball, baby.
way. Oh,
Take a big chance. Get him to hit you harder, not allow the pace of the ball.
oh.
I thought I heard something for sure. That's given. That is an out. Yes, absolutely. I heard a nick.
An excellent catch.
Very,
from
very
Haris
good catch.
Habib. Excellent. Very difficult to take at bottom edge.
Haris doing wonders behind the stumps and with a 25 ball 50.
He's a big match player.
Big match player. So sorry, Bilal, the one who got out in the first over, is a player for Toronto, and he's also a platinum pick. Got out to Murad Shahid in the first over, and Ali Rahil, the man who changed the game with the ball, is now going to try with the bat in his hand. Performed very well last time, so the Hurricanes will be counting on him. And Abdullah Faiz striking well with that shorter one. So these two really will have to take the game to the end now.
Left hand, right hand combination into the mix now. Mubashir Hassan Bhatti at long on drinking some Pepsi.
Nice sponsorship by Momin Farooq there. I personally prefer Coca-Cola, but if anyone cares.
And I'm anti soft drinks. Wide ball.
Well kept.
Appreciated by Murad Shahid as well,
No, not before us though.
of course.
And Vikings are cruising at the other end. They need 49 or 47. Being a strikers player and a fan, I would root them to go for that bonus, to nullify the bonus obtained by Gladiators in the first game.
Ooh, nicely bowled by Abdullah Faiz.
Sharp delivery, and Ali Rai lucky to be still there.
Ah, appreciated by Ali Rahil as well.
Friends for a long time.
Oh, acha.
They're young, so I don't know how long, but yeah. I think they're college buddies.
It's on.
I think so. Not sure.
Oh no! Hassan Naqvi getting frustrated by the slower run rate over the last couple of overs and getting beaten all ends up. Stayed a little bit low, but it was genuinely just an awful shot on offer. Very irresponsible from the senior batsman on the team.
Pretty much curtains, I'd say.
It depends on how well the rest play. Maybe we're underrating them, just like we've underrated the Knight Riders bowling lineup, which I think is very good.
No, it's not about underrating them. You lose your two platinum players early on, and you're chasing 173 and you're 43 for 3 now. This is just a little sad for Hurricanes, really, and for the hopes of strikers as well.
But you never know.
Well, it'll be a very good match if they can win it from here, or even take it closer.
I think the key here is to not play rash shots.
Yeah, play proper grounded shots. Naqvi was just trying to hit every ball out of the park, and that's not how you do it. And this one kept it a little low, wasn't that fast, and he just lured him into a bad shot just as I recommended.
I'm sorry, who's into bat now?
I was looking at the Vikings game, so just give me a second. Zishan looked solid according to Hamza Bela in the
In
first
the first
game.
game was very good actually.
So
Him and Ali Rahil were they were the two batsmen who got run out, right?
I think so. So
They were
probably
both going for a good partnership and got run out. Nicely pushed for one. Down to Had Butt, who had a good game against the strikers.
yes, he bowled well.
Skiddy customer. It looks like he's coming into bowl now as well. Yes,
Well.
definitely. Skiddy customer, deceptively slow and deceptively fast at the same time. If that makes sense.
Well, I think if the batsman's as confused as Momin Farooq, he's as good as gone.
Very juxtaposing kind of bowler.
Looks like Momin looked up a dictionary before he came here today.
It means contradictory.
No, I know what it means, but you're using fancier words today.
Is he quicker than you think he's going to be? But then he bowls a slower
I think
one.
he looks like he's slower than I am.
No, his run up is slower than yours, definitely.
Well, that's true. He's just not even jogging in. He's just, I don't know, he's just warming up into his run-up or something.
Or maybe he's actually warming up.
Or maybe he's actually warming up. That was the first ball. But Hamza Bela after the meet and greet. He's back here. Looks very tired, you know.
He's been working hard.
It's been working hard, of course, to entertain all of you. Along with Fahad Sheikh Sahab, who's currently in where?
Dubai.
He's in Dubai for work.
To work.
Yeah, has he moved there or something?
No, I think it's just a project or something.
Or is it a project? Well, all the best, Mr. Fahad. You've been entertaining us in your live sessions with Hamza. Analyzing cricket.
Nicely flicked for one.
Is there a fielder? There was Waleed Akbar there. We have side screen in front of us. But it's fine. It's fine. Hamza, Vikings are cruising. But this one, I think Naqvi let us down a bit, you know. High hopes for Naqvi. Especially the strikers' hopes.
I think Abdullah Faiz, being Abdullah Faiz, just brought into the attack, and he's definitely brought his team back into this contest. I think they will definitely need a partnership of around 50 to 60 runs from here if they need to have a sniff at this total. And in the other match right now, I think the Vikings looking very likely to go through with a win, with a bonus.
Hamza, do you know if anyone apart from these two is going to come in now and has batting potentials? Because I think Gohar isn't playing today, is he? Gohar isn't playing. I don't know for why. He's 1.4 million player for them. But Hamza, do you know if anyone else apart from these two has that potential to take Hurricanes home?
I think a lot of pressure would be on these two, and even in the previous game when they were doing well, these two were doing the bulk of the scoring. So I think these two will definitely need to understand the responsibility they have on their shoulders right now.
Mainly the strikers' hopes.
Mainly, basically, Hamza Bela is saying that if they get out, we better go home as well. Because we are doing it for free, by the way. Well, at least one result is going the strikers' way. The other was still sort of. I never thought I'd be relying on Ali Rahil to make the game with the bat here, but his current form has been saying otherwise. He's been very good with the ball. That is wide.
Apologies for the obvious bias, by the way, for those watching.
Again, we are not being paid, so it's fine.
I think looking at the inflation these days, you guys should definitely take your quotation to the LMS management for the work that you've put in, and I'm sure you will be compensated, as I think it's the richest league going around these days.
I wouldn't mind getting a free match or two. That's good enough as well.
Same here. And not those that.
So in the meanwhile, a feisty contest going on between Abdullah Faiz and Ali Rahil. Ali Rahil is definitely in some great batting form. He's already been a very good bowler, in my opinion. But he's been started to apply himself with the bat in his hand as well.
Oh, Faiz is getting carried away. Carried away, Faiz. He should change his line. Go around the stumps for Ali. It's just going wide of him, and he's appealing just to save his. Well, I can't say the word.
Do you think he's attempting to trap him like this?
How? Yeah, that's a flick for four.
Maybe.
Even for you and I.
Maybe if there's no.
And it's Haris standing behind, not Alex Carey. He's done well, but he's not Alex Carey. I mean, this will be a very tough take. Again, that is poorly bowled and beautifully kept.
I think if these two get another 40-50 runs, would we see a very vocal Mr. Rozair Dar, Usman? What would you have to say on that?
We're already very biased. No, because Dar is a very calm personality on the field. He'll be very relaxed. They have a win under their belt, of course. I'm not saying anything against Hurricanes, but the way they started this tournament, they've lost 2 games with bonus. So automatically every team is looking for a bonus against them. If you get that bonus, it's handy because you take the advantage away from the other teams who already got that. But currently, since Knight Riders collapsed tonight, I think they're looking for just a simple win. And they're getting it at the moment, unfortunately.
Finally, the line adjusted.
Yeah, Abdullah Faiz finally being able to land one in the right area with the amount of pace that he generates. I think hats off to Haris for the way he's been keeping the wickets. Usman, are you having an eye on the other game as well? Because I think things looking pretty easy for Vikings now.
23 ball 50 for Offer. The Braves playing beautifully. And we had Asad Bukhari who walked in a little while earlier. An update is that 12.1, 123 for 4. And I am rooting for a very, 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 very positive bonus by Vikings here. Because the game is pretty much set for them. But they've lost... they've just lost Tabriz Gilani, by the way. But that doesn't matter. They have 15... And Asad Bukhari and Arfa are playing. They just need 33 of 39. They should definitely go for that bonus.
So the Knight Riders seem to be under pressure for some reason. 4 wides in the last 2 deliveries, actually.
Oh, Hardbutt's bowling them as well?
Hardbutt's first ball is also another wide. Very unfortunate. I think somebody needs to come up to the bowlers and calm them down. Another wide.
Haris is having a tough day, maybe. Imagine if Haris just lets one of them go. These are freebies that Ali Rahil is getting. Oh, Haris came for you.
Yes, it definitely should have been done. Are these bowlers just too inexperienced against left-handers? Because at this kind of level, that's very unfortunate.
I think Ali Rahil was playing it exquisitely through the offside in the previous game. Maybe they're trying to tuck him up for room and trying to bowl at his pads, and in the process they're just bowling a lot of extras there, and obviously this will never help the cause for the Knight Riders. Obviously understanding the fact that Hurricanes is looking to rebuild from here after the loss of 3 wickets. And this has been elegantly played towards a deep square leg where Abdullah Faiz will do the fielding. So Usman, how have you been looking at the matches so far? Because this ground is very difficult to defend on. I mean, no team has defended successfully, if I'm not mistaken. You're better with the stats. So I'll obviously put the light on me.
I think you've been covering every match, so I think you should be better with the stats rather than Momin and I. I honestly do not believe that the wicket had any. Just to give you guys a little heads up, 11 balls and 26 runs for the bonus for Vikings. I think they should go for it. Asad Bukhari and Arfa there, they're more than capable of doing that, and they should definitely try for that.
Offer.
Afar is out with his 50 now.
हाँ नहीं हुई ना.
Disgruntled on missing that boundary, Ali Rahid. That was a very
But,
wide ball.
some very good piece of fielding on the boundary by Had as well.
Zishan looks like a proper batsman, you know. Looks nice. But batting wise, Momin, you don't need to laugh at that. That was poorly bowled. Too many extras by KR.
Will these extras bite them in the back?
Can I say I hope so?
I hope so too.
Yes, considering the experience the Knight Rider bowlers have in Abdullah Faz and even Murad Shahid, I think there still have been a lot of extras, which is quite unlike them, and they usually keep things very tight and make things difficult for their opponents.
Are they doing their best Moment Farooq impression?
Well, everyone can send in their wides. The wider you are, the more likely you're closer to Umar Farooq. Star emerging for strikers, by the way. Hamza, 9 balls and 20 runs. I'm sorry, I'm a little obsessed by the Vikings game. Do you think that can happen?
Murad Shahid back into the attack,
20 runs.
looking for a wicket, I suppose. Another wide. This is getting.
Ah, Haris is
Serious
doing
now.
a very, very good job behind the stumps, really.
I think Haris will definitely need an ice cold bath after this, or maybe a dip in the ice bath for sure.
A back massage for sure.
His body will feel.
Vice Kamal is going to bowl that over. 20 of these.
So in the meanwhile, Usman is pretty much locked onto the other game, and rightly so, I feel. Yeah, since obviously that match is getting into the climax as well.
Getting built up at the moment.
Yeah, this one's we're still about 4 or 5 overs away from that stage, but the other games, obviously, we'll have to see if. And that is an under edge and a much needed boundary there.
We can't say Haris can stop this one now. He got a hand on it. He got a hand
He's still got a hand on it, so.
because he had to go the other way. Because that ball was angling in pretty much wide of off stump.
So that is brilliant work, I must say, by Haris. Still, I mean, he's
2 of 2 from 5. So 18 required now. And a dot ball as well now. So 18 of 6, and this is getting tougher to get that bonus. So well done, I'd say, Faiz Kamal and Gladiators.
well, they definitely have the experience, and that is sloppy work. Should have just used his hand there, Momin. What would you say about it?
I definitely agree. Never use your feet while fielding. This is not football.
And
Faiz Kamal has bowled beautiful over, just given away 5 runs.
we're not even in the first 200 when it comes to football, so yeah, we should rather use our hands.
Definitely, definitely. So I feel like these wides might be very unfortunate for the Knight Riders. They might come bite. They've allowed the two batsmen in the middle to settle without really having to play any shots, because they're raking on runs and runs for no reason at all.
Exactly how Rao Haris feels when you're bowling.
All day.
नहीं मैंने चेक किया था पहले शुरू में चेक किया था बाद में Oh, awful delivery. Excellent for the Hurricanes and the Strikers. Haris Habib could do nothing there, and he seems to have done something to his back. I hope he's okay. We don't want anyone injured. This is an amateur tournament, and oh, he seems fine. So Ali Kashif under pressure. He wasn't ready.
A very wayward delivery, the first one to start off the over with, and given away 5 runs. But he's tried to go after that, and we'll just get a 1 in the process. That will bring Ghulam Haider to the strike.
Excellent catch from Haris Habib. Looks like a contender for man of the match today. 3 catches, 4 catches, 3 catches.
3.
3 catches, a 50 of 25. Excellent guidance from behind the stumps. He looks like he's hurt himself from that dive, though. I hope he's fine.
Definitely the man of the match for me, Haris Habib. And I think he was there with Uzair Dar throughout the auction as well. He's probably has got a big hand to play in coming up with this squad with all of the picks that Knight Riders had, and obviously looking on to having their second win on the board, and along with the Vikings, I think another good team who will be difficult to beat in this tournament.
So can Ali Rahil do it against Ali Kashif? Leg spinner against leg spinner, Ali against Ali. Lefty batsman against lefty batsman. A lot of similarities between the two.
Yeah, you're very right in pointing that out. But I think some big hits will be needed, and I think this is beyond not just anyone of Ali's talent, Ali Rahil's talent, but even for the biggest of players who can, clear the boundary at will. I think some very tight bowling now from the Knight Riders, and it's almost a run rate of 15 runs required. So which means that nearly 3 boundaries every over needed for the Hurricanes from here.
No, definitely. And 50 of 16 required now. 50 of 16? Yes, 50 of 16 required now. Hoping for a 6 off this ball. Oh no, he's missed out again on a full toss. But that means Ali Kashif is back on strike, which might be the best option for the Hurricanes. Let's see where this takes them. But it looks unlikely for them to win.
So there's only one-way traffic here, and Knight Riders most likely to be the victorious side in the second game. The previous game, believe it or not, was a tie, and it went down to the last 2 deliveries, or probably the last delivery actually, yes, and the Invincibles needed 2 of the last delivery, and Noman could only play it down, and Ali Rahil has been given out. He is definitely showing his bat to the umpire.
Hurricanes have been disappointed by a lot of the decisions today. Two of the caught behinds, the batsmen didn't feel like they had hit it. Right now, Ali Rahil feels like he's hit the ball. So it would be interesting to look at the replays today.
Yes, most definitely. But I think a few of them, I was just near the boundary and I could hear the nicks.
No, I definitely heard something as well both times.
Yeah, and one of them was, could have been debated on the catch that Haris took behind the stumps, because obviously he was diving forward, and a replay could have been used there just to assess if it was a clean take. But knowing Haris, I think the sort of a wicket keeper he is, I think it was definitely out as the umpire saw it. So we do realize that the umpire's decision is final. So Hath Butt will be bowling to Sukran Chopra, who is the last man here. Will he go for the two? No, I think that would be sensible of him to not to. But yeah, the first game was a tie, and it was another cracker of a game in this PL, where the matches have been very interesting in terms of going towards the last ball, and we have seen that happen on more than one occasion. Moment, even your game, it was pretty exciting up till some wonderful bowling from your opponents.
Oh, definitely. I think a lot of credit goes to the man of the match, Hisham, as well, who bowled beautifully that day. And that's the end of the game. Excellent display from the Knight Riders. Got off to a flyer today, slowed down a bit close to the end of the game, but completely dominated with both bat and ball at the end of the day.
So another win for the Knight Riders on the board, and they were very dominant right from the word go. When they were batting, they were obviously playing with a certain run rate that they wanted to hold on to, and then while bowling as well, they've gotten rid of the Hurricanes fairly quickly. But yeah, Ali Rahil and Ahmed Zishan taking it to the end. So thank you so much for joining us, and we will see